Back again with it, taking recommendations from strangers that don't know me and I do not know and I've never met in my life, who do not know me, nor my situation, nor what I like, nor what I do not like, and hoping I'm gonna like the recommendations anyways. Yay! I was scrolling through BookTok and there was this lady, this like very, very pretty lady, and I was just like, oh my god, she's so pretty. And then I saw her content and she does books, and then I was just like, oh yeah, books, whatever. What? And she was just like, these are some books that you absolutely need to read in your teens. And I was just like, no, what? Who? No. Okay, what? And I'm in the mood, I'm sorry. I haven't slept in a little bit and I'm like struggling or something. There's this thing that's like coping. It's called like from trauma or whatever, and I think like I'm experiencing that, but like I'm not sure. I don't know. It's like a fancy thing from like Italy or something. Whatever. I'm like bougie like that. And then I scrolled more, and she had this video. If I find it, I'm gonna get copyrighted. No. What? There was this video that was just like books you have to read like in your 20s, and then she went in them. She was just like, if I could choose one book to read in my 20s, it would be this one. My eye is one bigger than that one. I am so sorry if that looks weird. I look like Cyclops. I have not slept. Just like, this is the one book that I would read in my 20s, and I am in my 20s. Hi, an adult. We made it. And that was Little Women. What an intro. That was the intro. That was the intro. That was the intro. That was the intro. What is wrong? So we're gonna be reading oh my god. So we are going to be reading Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Everyone read this. This is our like 58th date. What are we? Anyways, she was just like, this is the one book they would recommend everyone to read in their 20s. It was so important about womanhood, about feminism, about this, about that, and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I'm a woman, so I'm going to read it. And yeah, so this is the book that I was supposed to read in our 20s. The back of the book says, it is no surprise that Little Women, the adored classic of four devoted sisters, was loosely based on Louisa May Alcott's own life. In fact, Alcott drew from her own personality to create a heroine unlike any seen before. Jo, willful, headstrong, and undoubtedly the backbone of the March family, follow the sisters from innocent adolescence to sage adulthood with all the joy and sorrow of life in between, and fall in love with them. And this endearing story, based by Madeline Stern, is a book on the American home and has universal in its appeal. Little Women has been an avidly read tale for generations. It's been a show, I think, and movies, I think, but I know for sure that it's been a show. I don't know, I haven't seen anything, and I've never read it, so look at this cover. Beautiful. I love the cover. It was like what attracted me to it. I was walking and I was just like, wow. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna see you. We're gonna be reading Little Women, and I'm going to see you in the update. I hope it's not boring. Please don't be boring. I'm getting sick and I don't want to be bored. Okay, bye. I'm sick. Oh. What a good coincidence that I would pick this book around the time I'm getting sick, because if it was any other book, like if it's looking bad, I would just stop. Like, I'm not in the mood to do anything, let alone like sit and read an 1800 year book. I don't know if that makes sense. My brain is so fuzzy right now. So we are following the March family. We are following the March family. Their mom, Marmee, weird name, whatever, and her four daughters, Meg, Elizabeth, Jo, and Abby, the youngest, and they're all kids. Like, the eldest is like 16 or turning 17, and I like it. I'm not even halfway through. I am 127 pages in chapter 10, just finished chapter 9, and it's so fun already. And I noticed that it was fun. Just like when I started chapter 1, chapter 2, I noticed that it was already like so freaking fun. Low body temperature, and like there's this tiny bit, I close everything, and there's like this tiny bit of wind that's going in my neck, and it's giving me shivers all over my body. I hate it. I noticed that it was just so freaking fun to read. The story is moving fast. I don't know where it's going to get us, but it's like the chapters are fun to read. Like they move in a fun way. There was this like fourth world. Why can't I say that? Fourth wall break. Yeah, and yeah. As young readers like to know how people look, we will take this moment to give them a little sketch of the four sisters. I love that. It's like a breakthrough, and I don't know, I like that a lot. It was like, it reminded me of reading The Hobbit. Nothing of it is like similar to The Hobbit, but it reminded me of reading The Hobbit because there was a lot of fourth wall breakthroughs in The Hobbit, and I don't know, it felt like magical or something. It gave it an old-timey magical feel, and it is old-timey. It's like very old. I liked how we're getting to know their personalities, like the sisters' personalities, bit by bit, mostly by their flaws or quirks. The story progression so far is just sweet and wholesome. I also love the layout of the story, like the different chapters and how they feel like different tiny little parts of one big old story. I don't know if that makes sense, but it reminded me of the layout of the Harry Potter books. Like chapter 1 is called Playing Pilgrims, and it is introduction of the family, the vibe, their like status and whatnot. And then a Merry Christmas. I liked it, them like spending Christmas, and I don't know if I'm gonna make this spoiler. I should make it spoiler because it's an old fucking book. But I loved that one because when they went to the other family to give them food and shit. And then the Lawrence boy, oh, I love Laurie. I like Laurie so far. He is giving me sophisticated cuteness. He's given me, I am a child but I am rich, so I speak like that. He's given a lot. I love Laurie so far. I love Jo. Jo is given the first pick me in a good way. She's given ace, she's given asexual bad bitch, she's given, and I love Jo so far. I am Jo. We're all Jo. I like Jo so far. Jo is my favorite. But then we have burdens, and then being neighborly. Beth finds the palace beautiful. Amy's value of humiliation. Oh my god, I hated Amy. You know what she did with the book? I hated Amy. But yeah, I love the layout of the chapters. It immediately like reminded me of the Harry Potter books. Don't be sorry, I won't let it hurt me. I'll forget all the bad and remember only the good, for I did enjoy a great deal, and thank you very much for letting me go. Make this home happy, so that you may be fit for homes of your own if they are offered you, and contented here if they are not. It's wholesome, useful life lessons, like small life lessons condensed in a sentence like these, all around it so far, and I love them. They're just like intertwined in the most beautiful way in the story. I didn't expect to like it as much as I'm liking it, but yeah, in one sitting I am at 127 and it's just wholesome so far, dude. So I'll see you in another update. I'm getting attached. It's like weird for me because like with classics, apart from the Harry Potter books, yes, they're classics, and the Hobbit, it's like difficult to get attached to stuff, you know, like I like them, I love them. There are a lot of classics that I love, but I don't like cry over them or like get attached to them, except for Dobby and the Hobbit. Anyways, I just finished chapter 17. Had to pry myself away from the book so I would do an update because I want to talk. I have some feelings and I want to share them, and you're the victim. Hi. So there are these little plays that they do, like the sisters and Laurie, they're like having fun and doing plays and just like role playing and shit, and they're so freaking fun. Like they put them inside the book and they like do them within the story, like with different characters and shit, and I like them. They make the story that is already, the book that is already fun and wholesome to read, even like funner. I love the individuals in the different, what's the word? Individualism. That's not a word. Individualism, that's not a word. Is it? Oh, the individualism in the book. Like, I love how each sister is different and how they all have different characters and they all react to different things in different ways. I really like that. Beth, boring as fuck, like, doesn't really do shit. Amy is like young and I'm forgetting stuff. I'm sick, I'm sorry. Impulsive. We have Joe, who's like chill but like special, like I want to be special, like I'm not like the other ones. We have Meg, who's like mature, who's like, 17, she's like, seeing other things and DTF and stuff like that. And she's not DTF, I'm sorry. Like, everyone is different, and I like that we get to see how different everyone is and how they treat people and their different responses to what the fuck is happening around them. I just like that. Sometimes with authors, they forget that they're not writing like an autobiography, and this is like a low-key biography, isn't it? Yeah, but like, I'm sorry, I have a hair in my mouth, my lip gloss. Ew. Like, they forget that they're actually writing different characters and they end up just mashing them all together and giving them all the same reactions and shit, and like, you're just like, okay, this feels like it's written by someone, like it feels like it's written by the same author, and it's not like, it doesn't put you in the story, but this does. Also, the goddamn slang, dude. These old timey, this like the funniest things are being said without like intentionally being funny. Don't make a porcupine of yourself. It isn't becoming. This is like my response from now on. When someone like does something that's a little sus, I'm just like, don't make a porcupine of yourself. It isn't becoming. It's such a fucking vibe. It's an iconic vibe. It's an iconic response. It isn't becoming. I love that. There's also this one line. Dude, it's not what it is. It's not what it sounds it is, but I'm gonna read it to you and you just decide. I'll send in my bill by and by, and tonight I'll give you something that will warm the cockles of your heart better than quarts of wine. I mean, it's not what it is. It's not what it sounds like, but like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm immature, sorry. I definitely see why it was recommended to be read in your early 20s. Yeah, I would definitely agree to that. Even in your teens, your early 20s, I would definitely agree to that. It has like so many life lessons, and they're not like pushed in a self-helpy book way. They're intertwined in a wholesome, beautiful story. I love also the platonic relationships going on with Laurie and the relationship of the sisters with their mom and with their friends and stuff like that. I love the platonic relationship. It's something that I haven't seen much. I mean, like, you forget about it because like, recent literature is just like rarely that you see friends. I mean, I'm the one that looks for romance, so anyways, forgot about it, that it can be done like this in a wholesome way, and I like that. I'm hoping against all hope that no one's gonna be offed because things are not looking great, and the chapter is called Dark Days, and then the chapter after that is called Amy's Will. Dude, I am fatherless. Their father is sick. He's in the war and he is sick currently. I am fatherless, and the chapter is called Dark Days, and I am afraid of what's after because I am attached to everyone, and I am hoping against all hope that no one is going to be offed because that will not be okay. I'll see you in another update. We made it through with all the characters intact, and I'm happy. I'm good. I even feel better physically. This isn't a story that has a lot of ups and downs. It's like an all-over story of just life, of that weird space between adulthood and teenagerhood, that weird limbo space. But closing it, finishing the story up, it just left me with such a warm, fuzzy, wholesome feeling that I don't know how to explain. It's like the feeling I am left with whenever I read The Hobbit or the Harry Potter book, especially like The Hobbit. It's a standalone, and that feeling, like, no book compares to The Hobbit, but like that's as close as it gets. it's like left me with that warm fuzzy feeling. This was a story about love, about a platonic love, about friendship, about sisterhood, sisterly bonds, about family, about what matters, and holding on to values and your own opinions in spite of everything. And having an opinion or having a different mind to things doesn't mean that I cannot be with you or that we're different, you know what I mean? It's a story about respect and being different and growing in the best way you possibly can. Always allowing ourselves to improve. This was a thing that I picked up throughout the story, like, okay, I was wrong here, but like, I'm sorry and I'm never gonna do this again. Oops, I did something again. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do this. Like allowing yourself to continue to improve and like just not holding on to one specific form of opinion or value. Just like life is ever changing and we should be too. I always find it stupid how like the majority of people understand that life changes, but like they don't understand that opinions can change too and people can change too. And I picked up a lot of that in the book and I love that. I definitely see how this could be great for entering your 20s. I mean, the life lessons in it are immaculate, but I also would recommend it to literally everyone. It's the type of story that would carry on with you forever, and the kind of story that you would take from it still new things every time you go back to it, you know what I mean? I read this now in early 20s, I'm 22. I read this now and I've learned things, I understood things and picked up a lot of things and quotes and stuff like that that actually are amazing and helpful. But I know if I read this at 25 or 30, 35, whenever, I know that I'm gonna pick up the same things but in different ways, and that's amazing. Not gonna lie though, there's just one thing, and if I tell you, I know you're not gonna be able to unsee it. Mrs. Hannah, they're like nanny, whatever the fuck she is. She sounds like Sweet D from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when she does. Okay, there's one episode of It's Always Sunny.
Don't put me on the spot. I'm just a Jesus loving ex-Marine. Bible of my daddy who just died in my arms, throat cancer from eating some bad pussy.
Could not listen, like when I couldn't read, I could not listen because the moment I heard Hannah, Sweetie was all I thought about and I could not get it out of my brain. That was the stupidest comparison ever. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. See you next video. Bye.